Hey, it's Clay at claytrader.com. This will be my top 10 stocks as we head into Wednesday, October 26th. This will be a technical analysis breakdown. So if you're somebody that uses charts within your trading, or maybe you're just interested in learning more about charts and how they can be used to help make good decisions as a trader, this will be a video for you. First off, a couple of clarification points. Number one, the price you see right there will be changing around, and then the candlestick right there will also be changing around. That is because the market's still open for a small amount of time, but I like to do these videos when the market is still open because sometimes we can capture some really interesting late day price movement. And then second, I'll be using the 30-minute time frame, meaning each one of these candlesticks here, as they're called, represents 30 minutes worth of time. Stock number one here, SNAP, Snapchat. Started talking about this one way back here and talked about how, it went sideways. It's a very popular stock. Maybe, just maybe, the sideways action was, a leading indicator of some sort of, bottoming before a move to come. And absolutely not only did it make a great move on Monday, yesterday it continued on today, Tuesday, and made that great move. So for those of you that watched the video on Friday and, took that breakout, congratulations. You are doing very, very well. But let's get some new levels here mapped out. So let me get rid of both those levels as they've served their purpose for now. And the newest thing I want to get into play here is just a good old-fashioned trend line because, yeah, there's no doubt about it. As of right now, this thing is bouncing and bouncing very nicely, which brings the question, okay, well, how can we gauge the health of this current bounce? Let me change that to green to represent more so a bullish dynamic. And you answer that question very simply, because no price can go straight up. But my point here is this. Let's say the price explodes, then comes down here, explodes, and then comes all the way down here, explodes, and then comes all the way down here. What would you still have? Well, even with all of that, you would still have lows getting higher and higher, and that's what you want. As long as there's lows getting higher and higher, that does show progress. And the easier way to just gauge that quote-unquote progress is just to watch that trend line right there. As far as next potential battleground points, keep an eye on that pink line up there, the very well-known, the very famous 200 period moving average, right now valued at $10, and let's just call it 20 cents. So 10.20 will be that next key battleground. But all in all, another nice move here. As long as the price stays above that trend line, you got to like the momentum here that the bulls have established. Next one, MULN, and first level I want to point out is this area right here, which will mean a little bit more to those of you that have watched the past videos, but if you have, that was a support that I drew yesterday, and I mean, check it out, the power of charts. Gap up, came down, came down, came down, and oh, look, what a coincidence, right where the price decided to, bounce upwards right there. So are charts a perfect tool? No, nothing is perfect, but they certainly are a very worthwhile tool to help make decisions. So point here being that right here, 45, 46 cents, right around there, remains at, in fact, what is this actual level? 45 cents, yes, 45 cents was that level of support coming into today. It once again held as support. So moving forward, you're going to want to continue to watch that area right there as support. In terms of areas of resistance, the main level here, I think the true level right here at 55 cents. Now, I do realize that the price did technically go up there, but that was only for one data point that didn't last very long, and the price quickly fell back down below that area within the first 30 minutes. Then notice here, 3 candles in a row, tried to get back above 55 cents, which was a problem on Monday, and couldn't quite do it. So I'm not saying that this level up here above 60 cents isn't a resistance. I'm just saying I think the main true level of resistance is all about that 55 cent mark, so keep a close eye on that. Next one, TSHA. I almost said Tesla, but TSHA. Very, very nice move here. And as of right now, to be frank, not a whole lot you can do with it. If you're a breakout player, then yeah, there is a nice pattern breakout right here at that area of $2.50. But now you may be saying, well, geez, then what's the point? Why are you even putting this on the watch list? Well, think about what a watch list is. A watch list is one of those situations where you find unique, you find interesting situations, and you don't rush out and buy anything, but you, watch it and you see how the price continues to develop and behave. And if it does fit into your strategy, well, then you can have to take a chance. So that circles back to, well, is this a unique? Is this an interesting situation? And yeah, it absolutely is. You had a breakout there, and now you have fantastic follow through of that breakout with good, solid volume. So yes, as of right now, is there any sort of really setup? Not really. I mean, you could buy right here, but that would, in my mind, be chasing, and that's not a good habit. But that doesn't mean that, on maybe there's a pullback, and then you have some sort of, bull flag pattern. I mean, there's just so many things. Maybe it pulls back to this breakout point and then, back tests and then heads back up. There's a lot of possibilities, but, at the core, the common denominator here is this is indeed a unique and interesting situation, so certainly worth watching. Next one, NIO, and very, very nice day today. Yes, it did have a fantastic bounce on Monday as it was down there at the lows and then came up to there. But with the overall downtrend, it was a very, very realistic thought to think, I don't really know if I trust this at all, and I don't think it would have shocked anybody to see the price consistently roll back over. But that's not what happened here. The price continued on with the trend, and up it went. So a fantastic move here, and definitely updates need to be made. Still have this level down here at 9, which I'm going to leave there. If you want to know the importance of that, you can just go back and watch the video from Monday. But the newest level of support, what I would call the ideal level, is up there at 10. Ideal meaning, if you're to ask Clay, what would make this chart look the absolute best moving forward? Definitely if the price can stay above 10. But again, if the price falls below 10, doesn't mean the chart's ruined or anything like that. But yeah, if the price could stay above there, that would be a fantastic sign of power. In terms of areas of resistance, main level now to watch is going to be right up here at, this is becoming a very easy chart to look at. Right up there at the $11 mark. So as far as supports are concerned, you have 9, you have 10. As far as level of resistance is concerned, you have 11. So it's really as simple as that. But yes, got to give credit where credit's due. The impressive bounce continues. Can it carry into Wednesday? Let's see what happens. Next one here, AMC, and a very, very impressive day, especially that opening 30 minutes. I mean, the candles really just came ripping and roaring. And yeah, there was this pullback here, but overall nothing drastic. Put in a low right there before starting to head back up. So at this point, seem to be having a nice solid pattern. So let me get this drawn into play. Let me be very clear. I'm not trying to impress you with this pattern. I'm not trying to imply this is some sort of secret discovery or special talent. I assure you a lot of people have seen this pattern or are drawing this. And I say all that, so let's just get the pattern drawn into play first. So we have our resistance. We have our support. We have the big momentum move right here. We'll put our golf hole down here to illustrate the bull pennant pattern. And I say all that because when a lot of people are watching the same pattern and wondering the same thing, call it a self-fulfilling prophecy, call it whatever you want, it can produce some very dynamic movement. So while there are no guarantees, my point here is this. Is it valid? Is it rational to think that if the price can come up here, get to that level and break up through it, that break in and of itself could create additional buying pressure? That is certainly a valid thought process to have. So if you like bull pennant patterns, definitely keep an eye on AMC. Real quickly, wanted to take a break and personally invite you to get signed up for this free live online training that I'm offering here in just a couple of days. So if you've been enjoying what you've seen and you want to learn more about this tool, how it can and should be used to help make good decisions as a trader and build consistency, then certainly get signed up for the free training. If you're watching on YouTube, there's a link down in the description box. If you're watching at my site, there's an area right there on the webpage that you can click to get signed up. So like I said, if you've been enjoying what you've seen, then definitely get signed up for the free training. Next one, REVB, and I like this one because it's a very solid, a very just well-defined consolidation area, and it becomes pretty cut and dry. So at the top of this consolidation, we have this stubborn area right here at 44 cents, and then at the bottom, you have this area of support down here right at 39 cents. And right now, no guarantees, but you got to give the advantage to the bulls because there was the big gap up. There was this big movement right here. So sure, the price is pulled back, but it's not like it pulled back and then just gave away all the gains and went back to where it started. Absolutely not. It pulled back, but it went sideways at a much higher level. So it brings about, again, no guarantees, but it's certainly more than valid to throw out, okay, we have an interesting situation here. Are the bulls going to be able to break out of this consolidation and get that move back in the upwards direction? No, to be fair, maybe they don't, because there are no guarantees, but that is a two-sided coin because, well, maybe the bulls do and another big breakout occurs. So if you like to play penny stocks, if you like to play these situations where there's a pullback and then a nice consolidation, definitely keep an eye on it. Next one here, BBBY, one of these famous stocks that made some big movements in the past and came out today just ripping and roaring. I mean, to think about this thing was breaking down, going to new lows on Monday, and then just a complete total turnaround, and we have ourselves another one of these self-fulfilling prophecy type patterns. So as I said previously, I'm not trying to press you. I'm not trying to imply that me drawing this pattern in here is some sort of great discovery. Nothing like that. Just want to, point that out so we can, bring about the whole idea of those self-fulfilling prophecies. So once again, I'm going to go through it quickly because you've already heard me say all this stuff, but we have our resistance, we have our support, we have the big momentum move here, so we have ourselves another bull pennant pattern. So guaranteed, say it with me, absolutely not. But is it plausible? Is it valid to think that the price comes up there and gets the breakout through that top of the pattern that could produce just that much more buying pressure? Absolutely. So if you like to play bull pennants, then definitely keep an eye on this one. Next, SOFI, and I put this one in here because we have what I've been talking about, a bull pennant pattern. So it's actually a combination of a couple different things that we've already talked about. So there's the pattern right there. So I'll just quickly draw it in play because it matters, but it doesn't matter. So there's a bull pennant. But what you're seeing is, okay, well, the price is actually already broken out and it's now making a move up through it, which goes back to the other talking point of what's the idea of a watch list? To find those unique, to find those interesting situations. So yes, if you wanted to play the break of that pattern, that's already happened. But you got to break out. So now that brings about the question of, okay, is this the start of a much bigger move? Maybe it's not. Maybe this thing, fades back into oblivion, But again, as I said, two-sided coin. Well, because maybe it is, and maybe this thing keeps ripping and roaring. So we have a breakout that's underway, not just a question of, is this breakout going to get more momentum? Is this just the beginning of a much bigger move? Let's see what happens with it. Next one, TSLA Tesla, and got a very, very significant move today. For those of you that have been watching past videos, you know that level of resistance right there has been pretty stubborn, but you can see right there, price came up there, got the move up through that level, and never really looked back. So I'm going to go ahead and delete these lines out of here as they've now served their purpose, and I don't want to have, clutter and confusion everywhere. So we'll just get rid of those. And this is where the first update comes into play based on a foundation rule in charting, which states when levels of resistance are broken and closed above, you want to see them act as support. So if there are any sort of bigger pullbacks, then that 214 mark will be a key level. But we have, once again, going back to the trusty pattern here that just has made itself very apparent all around the markets today, this bull pennant pattern. Some days you don't have many of them. Other days it seems like you can't get around not seeing a bull pennant. But resistance, support, momentum move, golf hole, you get the idea, you get the talking point. I'm not going to talk about that anymore. But yeah, overall, very nice movement here on Tesla. Now got the bull pennant pattern. So you have a good price range. If you like to play much cheaper stocks, you have those for bull pennants. And then you have something expensive like Tesla, or of course you could always do options on it. But here you go, keep an eye on it. Next, TQQQ, which is not a stock but an ETF, and this will allow you to take advantage if you believe that the NASDAQ market is going to go up in value. Then this will allow you to benefit from that just at a much cheaper price as opposed to having to go out there and buy QQQ or something of that nature. But finally got the big breakout here. This red line, which has been a big thorn in the side of the chart, got the breakout actually on yesterday, but it was still a question of, okay, yeah, but is that actually a true breakout? And yeah, we got confirmation here as the price continued to go higher and higher. And now the next level here that you got to think a lot of people are watching is this, is this trend line right there, which puts the breakout point at 22. Yeah, so you can see right here, I mean, a big track record of this area presenting problems doesn't mean that it will for sure present a problem again. Of course not, no for sure, but you got to think that a lot of people are going to be watching 23 and wondering. So we certainly have that, attribute of self-fulfilling prophecies. So keep an eye on 23 as that main area of resistance. As far as supports, if there are any sort of pullbacks, first level of support would be right there around the 21, let's just call it 22. And then from more of an overarching level from support standpoint, keep an eye on that purple line there, which again is a moving average. So it'll, continue to move itself higher and higher as time goes by. But yeah, no doubt about it. Very nice breakout. Now let's see if the price can get up there through that $23 mark. So that wraps up the top 10. Again, if you like what you saw here, then I want you to get signed up for the free training. Like I said, it'll be very soon, Thursday, October 27th at 7 p.m. Eastern time. So I hope to see you there. As far as the top 10 videos are concerned, if you enjoy these, do two things for me, please. Hit that like button, leave a comment below. Tell me what you traded today. Tell me what you're watching tomorrow. But doing those two things help out quite a bit. So again, get signed up for the training, hit that like button, leave a simple comment down below. Everybody, thanks for watching. Take care. Have a good one.